Have you ever wondered about the titans that dominate the gaming industry? These aren't just companies, they are architects of worlds, creators of digital legends, and shapers of our very culture. One such behemoth is Electronic Arts, a name that resonates with every gamer, a label that's both revered and reviled. Welcome to Enterprise Epics, where today we dive into the labyrinthine saga of Electronic Arts. But before we unfold this digital odyssey, take a moment to engage with us. If the realms of gaming history and industry tales intrigue you, hit the subscribe button and join us on this and many more epic journeys. Electronic Arts, or EA, as known by the gaming community, has been a cornerstone of the video game industry for decades. It's a name associated with blockbuster titles and iconic gaming experiences. With over $5 billion in annual sales, EA's portfolio boasts franchises that have defined genres: The Sims, Need for Speed, Madden, and FIFA, just to name a few. However, despite their remarkable success, EA's legacy isn't all high scores and victory dances. They've often been dubbed the evil empire of gaming, a moniker that may sting, but isn't without its reasons. EA's story isn't just a tale of success, it's a narrative of paradoxes. Picture this. A prominent website, The Consumerist, once asked its readers to vote for the worst company in America. In 2012, with 250,000 votes cast, EA took the dubious crown. But it wasn't just a fluke. They won again in 2013. How did a company that creates joy become so negatively perceived? Let's embark on a journey to unravel some pivotal chapters in EA's history, not to stir controversy, but to understand the complex relationship between a gaming giant and its audience. The tale begins in a time of digital renaissance, a moment in history where the landscape of entertainment was on the cusp of transformation. Enter Trip Hawkins, a man whose name would become synonymous with one of the most influential forces in the video game industry: Electronic Arts. Trip Hawkins, armed with a Harvard diploma and a creative tour of duty at Apple, was not just a businessman. He was a dreamer, an idealist who saw video games not merely as electronic diversions but as canvases for storytelling and creativity. He imagined a world where games were as respected as films or music, where the developers were not hidden behind the curtains of corporate anonymity, but celebrated as the artists they truly were. In the early 1980s, this vision took the form of Electronic Arts. The company was more than just a publisher. It was a beacon of innovation. Independent developers were the rock stars, with their names emblazoned on game covers like authors on the spines of bestsellers. The boxes bore the slogan, "We see farther." And indeed, EA seemed destined to push the industry towards a future where games were recognized as a form of art. But the industry was young and volatile, and the path to success was uncharted. The company that once championed the creator soon faced the inevitable crossroads of commerce and creativity. As EA grew, so too did its ambitions, and with success came new pressures. The once bold proclamations of artistry began to clash with the burgeoning reality of the gaming business. Deadlines, profit margins, and market competition. The story that unfolds is one of transformation, of how a company that started with the noblest of intentions grappled with its identity. It's a tale of how Electronic Arts navigated the tempest of industry growth, consumer demands, and the relentless pursuit of financial success. The respect for artistry that defined its genesis didn't disappear. It evolved, twisted, and turned. And as we delve deeper into the labyrinth of EA's history, we will uncover how this respect was challenged, how it adapted, and at times, how it was compromised. We'll witness the company's strategic decisions, its breakthroughs, and its controversies. As EA's venture into the console market with the Sega Genesis turned into gold, their approach began to shift. A pattern emerged: acquire smaller independent studios and then change them, and not always for the better. Their acquisition spree included the likes of Origin Systems, known for the revolutionary RPG series Ultima, and Bullfrog, a UK studio famed for strategy games like Populous. These once independent studios often faced a new reality under EA's corporate wing, a world of tight deadlines and stringent corporate culture. Creativity was stifled, and eventually, many of these studios were shuttered. the narrative began to turn sour, with gamers lamenting the loss of beloved developers and the games they would never create. Now, dear viewers, if you're finding this tale as gripping as a midnight gaming marathon, consider subscribing to Enterprise Epics for more stories from the digital domain. As we delve deeper into the 21st century, EA's practices began to ruffle more feathers with the introduction of microtransactions and loot boxes. Gamers were no longer just paying for a game. They were being coaxed into a marketplace where victory and content were up for sale. The controversy peaked with Star Wars Battlefront 2, a title marred by its pay-to-win mechanics, locking iconic characters like Luke Skywalker behind either a grind or a paywall. The backlash was loud and clear, and it led to changes, not just in EA's games but in the industry's approach to microtransactions. The final thread in this complex tapestry involves the very creators of these gaming experiences. Legal disputes over overtime pay and a class-action lawsuit by EA employees painted a picture of a workplace that could be as challenging as the hardest difficulty settings of the games they produced. Yet, despite the turmoil, EA continues to be a force to be reckoned with in the gaming industry. Their recent moves towards remedying past mistakes and committing to better practices have been noted. It appears the giant may be waking to a new dawn, one where it remembers its roots in artistry and innovation. And so, we conclude this chapter of EA's Saga. It's a tale fraught with conquests, controversies, and hope for redemption. As we've seen, the line between hero and villain can often be as complex in the corporate world as it is in the games we love. Let's reflect on what we've learned from the story of Electronic Arts. It's a tale that serves as a cautionary parable about the balance between business and creativity, between consumer satisfaction and shareholder expectation. The saga of EA is not just about one company's missteps or triumphs. It's about the evolving landscape of an industry that has grown from a niche pastime to a cornerstone of modern entertainment. It's about recognizing that every choice made by a gaming company, from the design of a character to the monetization of a feature, can have rippling effects on the culture surrounding it. Electronic Arts, with its myriad franchises, has often been at the center of this storm, navigating through public opinion, legal challenges, and the relentless pace of technological advancement. Their journey is a reminder to all in the industry that the heart of gaming lies in the experiences of the players. What's next for Electronic Arts? Will they restore their sheen, or is this just the calm before another storm? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: the gaming community will be watching closely. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Enterprise Epics. If you've enjoyed this exploration into the Electronic Arts epic, leave your thoughts in the comments below. Until the next chapter, keep your story engaging and your gaming legendary. And that wraps up our glimpse into the heart of Electronic Arts. If you believe in the potential of storytelling and the power of critical examination, support Enterprise Epics by liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we decode the success behind indie games that challenge the AAA titans. Happy gaming, and remember, every player has a story.